Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am JC if you don't know already, and for today's video we are recreating this eyeshadow look. We are creating this eyeshadow look, sorry. We are using the Morphe X James Charles eyeshadow palette. If you haven't seen it already, this is how it looks. It's big and quite colorful. So for the month of June, we are gonna mostly be focusing on rainbow eyeshadow looks since it is Pride Month and we want to show as much love as we can. So we're gonna get right into this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share for more. And thanks for all the support, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's get right on into this video. For this eye look, we're using e.l.f.'s cream eyeliner in Punk Purple. I wanted to go for a bold look just since it's Pride Month and just something different. This eyeliner was really easy to use and really creamy, so I would recommend using it or trying it out. Alright, so I'm just priming my lids. I already concealed them just to touch up the purple and make sure it looks clean. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put my NYX eyeshadow primer that I use for every look. It's my go-to primer, works really well, as you guys should know if you've been watching all my videos by now. I'm just rubbing that in. For this look, we're using the Morphe X James Charles palette. This is a complete rainbow palette. It has every single color you could think of in it. It's good for most rainbow looks. We're starting off with the color Spooky, and we're going to pat that into our lid. And make sure you start off with very little since this is the shade Black. And we're just going to start off with very little and then add more as you need it. And this is fast forward, guys, so it does look like I'm blending very fast, but I did start off very slow and then blend out and blend up. Black is a very hard color to work with, so make sure you know what you're doing and just start off with very little. I was really scared working with this color, so just start off really slow at first. Then work your way and add more as you go. You're going to grab No Beans, and that's the dark brown shade, and blend this on the edge of the Spooky line and just blend that up and on that line. You want this to blend into that black line since it's so dark, and you want to not lighten it but blend it into it. So you're just going to keep blending that in that line and then slowly blend it up and over. As of right now, you can't even tell, but just keep blending it and then you'll eventually notice it. And now I am going into the shade Code James and a little bit of 10% just to make that even lighter on top of those two shades of Spooky and No Beans, and that is just going to lighten the top by my brow bone. And of course I'm not going all the way up. I mean, if you can if you choose to, but I didn't want to go all the way up. And if you want to make it even lighter up there, you could use the color Tune. But I didn't want mine to be that fair, so I just did those two shades. And I actually really like how it turned out, but you're just going to keep blending it since it's just a slight ombre effect here. You want to make sure you blend that really well. Now that I'm happy with how my eye looks, we're going to cut our crease with our Jeffree Star Drug Lord Velour Liquid Lip. And just putting a little bit on my brush, and now I'm just going to cut my crease. And just tapping that all over my eye, trying to make it mark on my eye of how I want it to look. I always struggle with cutting my crease. I think I'm slowly and surely getting better at it, but it's still taking a lot of practice. And I actually have a little bit on the bottom of my eye, So clearly I still need a little bit more practice, but I'm getting there. And I went ahead and put a little bit more on my brush just to make sure it's extra bright white, since the colors I'm using are going to be really pigmented all over my eye for this look, since it is going to be a little bit rainbow for Pride Month. So I wanted it to be extra bright. Just to make sure my lid is set, I'm going ahead and putting a little bit of eyeshadow in it. I believe I use the shade Flashback on there, just the whitest shade in the palette, and that just helps make sure it's nice and dry. So when I put the shades on it, some people prefer to use eyeshadow, some people prefer not to. I just went ahead just to make sure it dries faster. Now I just grabbed the shade You're Kidding, and I'm going to pat that in my inner corner of my lid, and don't go too far out, just pat that in the inner corner and make sure it's really pigmented. The next shade I used was the color B. It's a bright yellow, the only bright yellow in the palette. In this shade, I did have a little trouble packing it in. I had to pack it in a couple times, but after a while it did stick and it did work, and then I had to make sure I blended it in with the bright red. I probably should have used an orange in between just to make sure they blended well. But in the end it did work. I just would recommend putting an orange in between the two. But I definitely liked how this turned out, but it's just a lot of packing involved just to make sure it sticks and make sure it blends. Now I'm using Social Blade. It's a bright green color. This color is really pretty, worked just fine, blended really well into the yellow. And I went back into the yellow just to make sure it blended into the green, which worked really well. No problem with this color whatsoever. I actually really liked how it blended. Slightly powdery, but no issue. Works really well. Now going into the blue, I use Playground. This blue was really bright, really pigmented, worked really well. Honestly, wouldn't mind switching the colors around and putting the blue on the inner corner and then going blue, green, yellow, and putting the red because I really liked how the blue looked. And this is just how the eye looked at the end. Now I just finished both eye looks. I'm going to go ahead and do my under eye. I just grabbed a little bit of Code James and 10% and mixed those two together and did that under both eyes. Now here's me trying to get myself together and actually look decent on camera, fixing my hair. Then I realized I still had the headband on, had to take the headband on, made my hair look worse. I decided to curl my lashes, so curl lashes, then roller lash. I'm actually going to do this on camera. I usually end up hurting myself, but surprisingly I did it on camera. Doing pretty well. Look at me go. This is the best mascara, hands down. Jeffree Star approved. I say this every single video. If you don't have this yet, you should go out and buy it. I really recommend it. I love it. Finished look with both eyes. I hope you guys like this Pride look number 1. And here we go with the outro. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll have lots more Pride Month videos coming on later in the month. I'm going to try to get more exotic as the month goes on. Maybe do a full face of something. Never done that. Never done anything like this before either. So I'm going to try to switch it up as the month goes on. Try to broaden my makeup skills as I should. That doesn't make sense, but hopefully you guys understood me. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe on your way out and like this video. And thanks for watching and thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. And bye. See you guys later.